Hey everybody, welcome to the Captivated. This is my first ever show. Um, all right, sorry for the interruption. Okay, topics on the show that I'm going to talk about today are as follows: fame, TV, rapping, and a personal question to Michelle Platti, a YouTuber. Okay, fame. How do you be famous? This is how you be famous. You know how people go around and they tag, like they tag, just plain walls and stuff with a certain cartoon character or image or something like that or a name, and then all of a sudden they know shit like that. That's the same thing you do on the web to be famous. You start getting a buzz about it. You start talking about shit. You start being. You got to be a likable person anyway for them to watch a show. If you're not a likable person, ain't nobody gonna watch a show, no matter how much you try to be likable. How you stay famous is, well, you got to stay relevant. If you're not talking about certain subjects that's going on within the time during that that era or whatever, you're not going to stay likable. You're not going to stay famous, and nobody's going to care. That's just plain and simple as that. Um, TV. The thing I want to talk about with TV is why you shouldn't watch it so much. Because if you watch TV a lot, then that's just taking away. Think about what TV does. It draws out your energy, it draws out your anger, it draws out your sadness, it draws out your happiness, it draws out everything. So while you're watching it, it's taking away from you. And even though you don't notice, it's giving that energy to the people who's making those shows and the people who are in those shows, the people who are in those shows. And I'm quite positive that the reason that they made TV in the first place was so that they could have that energy and they could keep you from becoming the superheroes that we write about so much and they did talk about so much. That's why it's still quote unquote fiction. So if you want to be a superhero and things like that, then stop watching TV. I'm not going to say you have to stop watching it altogether, but don't watch a lot of it. And if you do, then you have to learn how to control your energy, control your emotions, things like that, because emotions is energy. You yourself are energy, and energy has already been defined as not being able to die. It can only convert. So people who die don't really die. They just lose their physical form, their fleshly form, but they still have a form. They still have things that they have to do, and they may or may not have to come back in this third dimensional realm, if you want to call it that. Um, Rapping. What is a rapper? A rapper is a lyricist, or not a lyricist. It's a person who rhymes to a beat. But sometimes you don't even have to rhyme. But most of the time, if not all of the time, really, is a person who rhymes and tells stories and things. They don't have to be real. Why you always got to be real with everything you do? It doesn't matter. Who cares? And you don't have to always talk about yourself, even if you can make it seem like you're talking about yourself, but you don't have to. And with me, I want to make the people think, so I want to make people think that I am talking about myself, even though I'm not. And sometimes that I am, I want you to get that, even if I don't speak in the first person, you know. And not every rapper can rap on every beat. And if you're a rapper, period, that doesn't mean that you can rap on every instrumental. You think somebody from the country, you think a country rapper can rap to a scary hip hop beat? Any scary hip hop beat? Literally any scary hip hop beat. No, that might not be their lifestyle, period. So what makes you think they can rap to it? At the same time, you conflicting and thinking that they got to be real all the time. If they got to be real all the time, then why are they rapping to a scary hip hop beat? That means they just researched a whole bunch of motherfucking subjects and put them on a beat and said that they really live in this shit or whatever. And they not, and you want them to be real. They can't be real and rap to every hip hop beat or whatever if they're real, you know. But that's also a thing with this realness. How is somebody fake? Or because you don't like them, because they don't do the same things that you do, they're fake? It doesn't make no sense. They're fake if they don't stay true to things that they said, even though themselves, people might say that they, you know, going to do certain things or whatever, and they don't do them. They might not have wanted to do those things subconsciously, whether or not they told themselves that or not. Or they might have wanted to do those things, but only to pretend to you. Now you think, oh, because they do certain things with me and then they don't do certain things with me, with you, they're fake? No. It's just they don't want you to know everything. And they know that once you get used to them or not, if they presented everything to you, you wouldn't agree with it. Period. That's for everybody. So everybody has their own secrets. Everybody has their own them. See what I'm saying? And if you don't, you know, please leave comments and I'll do my best to explain to you. If you don't get it from that, then find other sources or I don't know what to say to you. Either way it goes, you're still going to have your own opinion. And an opinion is a point of view. The way that you were raised, the way that you've raised yourself, the things that have happened in your life, the things that you've caused to happen, causes you to only see your point of view. Which means that some things just not going to make sense to you. And some things you're just not going to be able to see, feel, touch, whatever, period. Because you only see a certain point of view. Therefore, a certain point of view is the only thing that's going to be reflected back on you. That's the way reality works. Reality is a point of view. We live in a shared consciousness. Now, I don't know if I'm speaking loud enough for you all to be able to hear me clearly or not. I don't have a mic or anything like that. So I'm sorry, but this is my regular voice. This is hot talk, period. And when people say you're, what do they call it, soft tone or something like that, if I speak the way that they speak, I believe I'm yelling. And I'm straining my voice, whether they understand that or not. I'm straining my voice. I don't want to walk around straining my voice. Now, to the YouTuber Michelle Platti, I wanted to explain something to you. Maybe you can get a better understanding of it. Okay. What happened to Ariana Grande when she took that picture of that tree and it showed all those ghost faces? Then she tried to upload it or something like that, and it showed 66.6 gigabytes or something like that, and it couldn't upload really. So she took it down, things like that, because it wouldn't really, be put on the web or whatever. That's because well, what I just said earlier. I didn't know I was going to say this earlier, but what I just said earlier, point of view. That point of view is different. It doesn't interact with certain things the same way. To let you know a better thing, I don't have the certain page for it right now. I would have to look it up. I'll show you all in a different video. Maybe the next video, maybe a couple of videos after that. But anyways, um, it's kind of complicated. All right, me and a certain friend of mine, we were entering a competition. It had to be something serious mixed with something funny, and it had to say a certain funny thing or so and so. So I drew a Grim Reaper. He drew a shoe. Like he drew the Grim Reaper. I drew the Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper's, hoodie or whatever that is, lifted up his cloak, lifted up, and his bones were showing or whatever, and he had a shoe on, a regular shoe, like a Nike or something like that. And we tried to upload it. It wouldn't upload. It just wouldn't upload. He tried to upload it on his home computer, the one in his room. It wouldn't upload. He tried to upload it on his dad's computer. It wouldn't upload. Both of them crashed. Completely freaking crashed. And they couldn't fix it. So then we tried to enter it at our school library. Because I was in high school at the time. We was in high school at the time. So we tried to enter our school library to enter it into the contest. And the entire library shut down. They shut off all the computers. They said it was something wrong. And we knew it was us. Why else would that happen right after we do that? Things don't fit with other things if they're that different. And to let you know something else, you've probably heard of this before. She's probably herself explained this to you. Ariana Grande has probably explained this to you herself. But, or just let you know that it happened. My old friend, technically to me, she's still my friend. My old friend, she would call me. She called me frequently. So when I didn't want to be talked to, I didn't want to hear anybody's voice. When I was asleep or I was away from my phone, most likely at work, my phone would go straight to voicemail or ring